What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is the Sunday Sports Edition, and we're gonna cover a little bit of everything as far as sports, football, boxing, a little bit of basketball. So we're gonna start though with that Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crowford fight last night. Did y'all get a chance to check that out?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you checked it out. Yeah. I know Errol Spence Jr. 27-0 with 20 knockouts. Then you got Terence Crowford. He was 39-0 with 30 knockouts. So these were some serious dudes, man. So do y'all think they waited too long to fight before we get into like what happened in the fight? Do y'all? Because I know that like Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, they waited too long to fight. Some people say that this fight should have happened like at least a couple years ago, though.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
mean, and it was probably an agenda behind that. And me and Man was having a discussion a few minutes about the unifying of the belts.
Yeah.
So that's what they was pushing now to finally get the unification going on. And I feel as though me personally, they should have fought a few years ago.
Yeah.
But the powers that be, I guess, didn't want it to happen at that particular time. And
well, see, to me, I think boxing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think boxing necessarily is a fighter sport anymore than a moneymaker.
Yeah.
So if the money's not right for management, they don't put the fights together. And now that boxing has taken a back seat to UFC, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody wants to squeeze every bit of juice they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So they should have fought years ago. But I guess if the money ain't right, then you don't do it. But this fight that he had last night, I think this fight came all about because of boxing organizations.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I think they wanted to say, okay, we need to unify these titles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to set a precedence. We need to get these big name fighters out there. So let's do it. So I don't care what you want to take. I don't care what you want to take.
Let's just make it happen.
Make the fight happen.
Make it happen. Yeah, man. Because I think because back in the day, man, like dudes, Ali, Sugar Ray, and even Mike Tyson, they just went up and down the like whoever was nice, they just fought them. You know what I mean?
So the gender changed.
And it wasn't really about a lot of the money because a lot of the time the boxers that's not the headliner gets paid a whole bunch of money less. You know what I'm saying? But he in there because he wants to get the exposure.
Yeah.
But because boxing is being downgraded so much because of USC, you know what I'm saying? They like, yo, if I'm gonna fight once a year, I want that big money payday. I don't care. I want the big money payday.
No, for that you can't blame them though.
But,
I mean, like the fans really, that's what
Right, and back, let's go to even with Mike Tyson. He was doing 2 fights a year in some cases.
Yeah.
But I mean, I believe the demand is there for the boxing.
Okay.
It's just got to be good boxers.
Yeah.
And you got the pay-per-view playing a major part. So when you going back to like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Marvelous Hagler, we wasn't paying no pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean, you get ABC Sports, you can watch a good fight.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that's what the issue is to me, is let's stop trying to generate all this money.
So they price a certain segment of the people out of the market.
There you go.
Yeah, but you gotta also remember this though. Back in those days, they didn't have USC.
Yeah.
USC has evolved now into the gladiator sport that everybody wants to see.
They had wrestling.
Yeah.
So but I'm just saying it wasn't okay. But we don't want boxing to compete with UFC.
Yeah.
But see, that's the problem. Boxing does compete with UFC.
I agree.
That's the whole problem.
So do y'all like boxing more than y'all like UFC?
I like UFC more than I like boxing.
You do?
Yeah.
What about
because in my opinion, UFC is more consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their fighters fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like they had a fight last night too for the baddest motherfucker belt.
Yeah.
Is what they call it. Okay. Baddest motherfucker on the planet belt.
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't it's not like a prestigious title or anything, but you getting that title with the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
But you got to realize something too, man. They modeled their whole thing off of boxing.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say they modeled off of boxing.
I mean, I'm talking about far as not. I mean, they are in their own lane. But what I'm saying is, look at how many fighters there are in UFC in the weight class. It's huge.
But it's not as huge as boxing used to be. The reason it's huge now is because if you take the average boxer doesn't want to wait to get up that ladder in boxing because it's so long, so hard now.
Well,
UFC, they have a lot of boxers in UFC as their niche because the boxers now are like, hey, I can go in UFC, I can make $100,000 and want to fight, and I can take 3 fights a year. Where boxing, you may get $20,000, but then you only doing 1 fight a year because boxing is a little more than that.
They getting a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
When you're an A-list boxer, you get.
But I'm saying that's when you're an A-list boxer, right? You got to get to the A-list. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily. You ain't got to really do that in the UFC because the UFC right now is so expanded. They got UFC is actually like 4 different other organizations.
It is. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you can bounce from UFC to Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Right.
You got
Dana White got his hands in a lot.
Yeah, you can go a lot of spots with it. Boxing is so congested because it's been that way for years on years. Whereas though there's only really one headliner in every weight class, and then everybody else is fighting their way up there. And if you ain't fighting that headliner, then what you're doing is you're not fighting on TV. You're not fighting in front of big crowds. So you got to build that up. So
that's and that's one of the key differences with the UFC.
So they changed. They changed that business model. So
they taking the bums and they taking the headliners.
UFC,
boxing, you don't even see no we used to have Friday night fights. I don't know if they still gonna bring that back.
ABCs used to fight all the time.
So that would make it more fans more familiar with the up and coming boxers. But I see now that they're kind of getting away from that. So the agenda to me seemed like you gotta be on the A-list for that to really
even get some attention.
Get some attention.
And that's where I think they went wrong.
So UFC fighters fight more often than boxers fight.
Oh yeah,
they got all kinds, man. Like you said, they got the UFC. Then you got these little sub-divisional branches.
Exactly.
They got the stuff that come on. Like you got stuff that come on like ESPN where they got ultimate. Well, you might even see a title match. Yeah, they don't even have to pay pay-per-view for it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So boxing don't do that no more. Boxing ain't gonna give you nothing unless it's under the pay-per-view umbrella for an A-list.
Yeah. So you can't in boxing, you can't even watch an A-lister on TV without paying a premium.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Fair. Like, some of the up-and-coming ones, like, let them go ahead and get the opportunity to get the exposure so we can see, their talent, and then you buy them to them, later.
I remember, like, back in the day, we used to even like look at Olympic boxing, and we used to be like, "Oh, yo, so that's some of the new talent that's
they
coming
jumping
through the ranks."
Yeah, they jumping past that too now. Like some of them are going straight to being pros.
Prime example to me was Roy Jones.
Right.
When he was in there, I watched him in the Olympics dominating the Olympics.
They don't go that route no more.
So that so now let's back to the Errol Spence Terence Crowford fight. Like, what did y'all think of the fight?
I mean, for me personally, it was a beating.
I
mean, it was a textbook beating.
He showed that young boy how to box.
Who beat? I mean, who?
Crawford. Crawford gave Errol Spence a clinic.
He took him to.
He was reacting faster than Errol could respond. And when Errol reacted, his counter was faster. So it was just like, okay. It was just.
So it looked like Crawford really did his homework on him.
Oh, I mean, it didn't even look like Crawford even was in the fight. He didn't really break no sweat. He was just. His game plan and execution was phenomenal. Now I don't know what Earl was doing. I don't know what the Earl game plan, because I watched his trainers. He was like, oh boy, they were talking to him and giving him, but it just seemed like, and because at the end, Earl did say my timing wasn't there. And I'm saying to myself, dude, like it's 12 rounds, bro. Like at the end of the fight, you're gonna say clearly your timing wasn't there. But where did you adjust that? Because your face is getting adjusted.
Hey, at that fight, after round 1, you could tell who was a student of the game. And who was just in the box.
Wax on and wax off.
You could tell who actually sat down and watched film. Understood boxing. Understood exactly what he had to do. Understood his opponent.
Weakness.
And just to dominate him,
that's why I say it looked like Crawford really did his homework. And that
but that's Crawford though. To me, Crawford ain't had to adjust nothing. He just that's what he did.
Yeah.
It's to me, it seemed like Earl didn't do his homework on Crawford.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he ain't had no answer.
He looked unprepared.
So boxers adjust.
Yeah.
Your corners are telling you. Watch, because he basically Crawford single-handedly beat him with just a jab. And I listened to, I forgot what round it was when his corner man said, turn the jab into a hook. He was already he had already beat him with that. He was already, orchestrating it. And I didn't see Earl adjust from the jab. Like, it's like crazy. Like, dude, he's beating you with a jab. You supposed to,
make that adjustment. Yeah.
But see, and like Corey just said, I don't think he studied his opponent.
Yeah.
No, I think his corner was like, yo, this is who you are. You gonna go in there and pound.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do the same thing they used to do with Mike Tyson back in the day.
Yeah.
Who cares what your opponent does? You gonna do what you do. You're gonna force your will on your opponent, and that's what you're gonna do. And everybody in boxing knows a jab kills the will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to throw haymakers all day and a nigga pluck you with a jab real quick,
and you can't get at him.
You can't get at him. The haymaker's gone.
Yeah.
And it showed that pound for pound, when you go to box somebody and you don't have strategy, but you have power, strategy wins over power.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
In most cases.
In most cases, yeah. Now, if you get caught with a power shot, then the game over.
Yeah.
But if you got strategy and you look for that power shot and you're jabbing and stopping that power from coming every time, and that's what happened. But every time that man went to throw that power shot, he was jabbing him out.
On landed punt box. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. Crawford did what he was supposed to do under the umbrella of boxing.
Yeah. So so Errol Spence, he do y'all think he had a physical advantage? But
no, he had nothing.
He had no advantage.
No.
The only advantage I think he had and when going in that fight is his corner telling him he the best.
Yeah.
That's the only advantage he had. If he went to that fight and he clearly did not know what the fuck he was doing.
That's what I'm saying. So that what make it so crazy is that, okay, I'm moving a little forward. There is a rematch clause in this fight. And Crawford told him, look, it ain't up to me, it's up to Earl. If Earl want to do it again,
all right.
But see, the problem with that is, and they was talking about it today, that rematch won't benefit. So there's another guy that's in contention that's actually has another belt that they want to go after.
So the rematch won't benefit Crawford.
Right. The rematch won't benefit
but it'll
Crawford.
benefit Spence.
Right. It'll benefit Spence, but it won't benefit Crawford.
Yeah.
And it won't be as big of a money fight as the other guy would be.
Yeah.
Crawford could do both.
He could, but he remember boxers only fight once a year.
Right. But no, that's what I'm saying.
So who knows? Crawford can retire after the next big payday.
Right.
Call it a game.
Yeah, he could grab that. Yeah. And then leave that to Earl to try to
get it back.
Yeah. So and what round did they stop the fight? Right. What
round?
In the 7th round.
Yeah.
In the 9th round they stopped it. Yeah. But that's all I saw is when they stopped the fight. Right. So I
think he got knocked down twice in that round.
He got knocked down twice.
Yeah,
he got in the 7th. I think the 5th and the 7th, right? Something like that.
Right. So I was
he got knocked down
when they stopped the fight, I was like, I didn't see the rest of the fight. So I was like, man, I think he stopped it prematurely.
Oh, no, wasn't no premature. Because in that round, he got knocked down.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, it looked like a street fight beat.
Yeah,
it looked like a dude that know how to box fighting in the street.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the dude that's getting punched, waiting for somebody to say, yo, jump in and like, yo, stop this shit before I get lit up. He was waiting for somebody to stop before him.
From that standpoint, they was giving Earl too much like pride, his corner. Because you could clearly see he was just getting, like, I would just do the towel.
He was just outclassed.
Yeah, man. Like, stop this beating, man. Just stop the beating. But it's a disrespectful thing, I guess, if you throw the towel in. But it would have just made it less more foolishness. Because the dude had nothing. He had no counter anything for what was coming to him.
He had no answer for
none, Mike. None. Like I said, it was beautiful from the standpoint of coming.
You're a Crawford fan,
right?
You're a Crawford fan. That was beautiful. That first round,
I'm a Crawford fan.
Yeah, that first round, he just felt them out. That second round, he came out.
And I mean, it was just like, you know what I mean? He was outthinking them, outreacting them.
And he was more prepared.
Yeah, but he didn't overexert.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do more than what he needed to do. So he just waited, you know what I mean, for Earl to make a run or do something, and he just beep, 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 beep. It was just, man, it was a thing of beauty, Jack.
Put it this way: if you want to teach your kids how to fight, show that fight first.
Yeah.
Be like, look, this is what a good fighter looks like. This is what a bad fighter looks like.
Yeah.
You decide which one you want to be.
Unfortunate because Earl is an undefeated fighter, but coming from who you fought, right, to who I fought, that make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because Errol Spence Jr. had 27. He was 27-0 with 20 knockouts.
Yeah, but till he met Crawford.
So but see, you gotta remember though. Look, if you look at how many fights have you actually seen Earl fight? Because of the way boxing is situated,
right?
You don't. This was his main stage right here. You know what I'm saying? This is main stage, and I guess you get
let
on
me
it.
ask y'all this. So, all right, so a fighter like Errol Spence, like when you lose this kind of fight, like do you get another bite at that apple though?
Yeah, you can.
He can
if it's under contract.
Yeah, he can, but it all depends on, like Corey was saying, the contract, and if the organizations want that fight.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't realize right now that boxers don't control it anymore. Boxers managers don't control it anymore. It's the organizations that hold these titles. The WBA, the WBO, and all of
IBF.
Right, those are the ones that actually control what happens.
I always thought they did in the past.
They're the ones control it, and then the managers control the deals.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the organization say, I want this fighter to fight this fighter for my title.
Yeah.
Right. The managers get together like, all right, this is the perk. If they giving us $100 million to put this fight on, your fighter gets 50, my fighter gets 50. Or that's how they negotiate it back and forth. So that's the manager part of it.
So if you only get one bite, if you possibly only could get one bite at that apple, so is it even worth it though?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is your career,
right?
So let's slide on over to what's the heavyweight? He was there actually. The one who got beat up by the dude.
The foreign dude. What was it?
What was the heavyweight? It was Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah, Wilder. All right.
Wilder. Right now, I wouldn't have fought that 2 times. What they had what? They had 3 fights.
Yeah, they had 3 fights.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did 3 of those.
But to see, I would have, because who else is he gonna fight? That's gonna pay him that payday.
Right.
There's nobody else in the heavyweight division. That's why he fought 3 times in a row like that, because there's nobody else in heavyweights that's gonna bring that payday out.
But he lost.
Right, but it don't matter. Because if let's say he'd took a lesser fight and won, he wouldn't have made as much money.
I mean, and see, that's where that's the confusing part to me, right? I get it. He's not broke. He's going to make money, but at the end of the day, I'm going to sacrifice that donut for the L.
But you gotta,
you know how hard it is to stay undefeated in boxing.
But in boxing, you can take an L from anybody at any time, aka Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
So why not take the L from the champion, then take a O or a possible L from a non-contender?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I'm getting my ass beat. I'm getting my ass beat by the best.
But I agree. We're not going to do it 3 times.
If that's what's on the board, I'm not going to do it 1 time and go into fight somebody else that's under me and then get my ass whipped.
Yeah. Then you don't get a crack at the,
Right. Then you falling further back down. You know what I'm saying? And then let's say I do catch I do get the O, but I'm not impressive with the O. Like everybody like, oh, he should have knocked this dude out in the 2nd round, and he go off 15 with a decision. Then that looks bad on me. Yeah. That's the state of boxing right now.
What has Wilder done since then? Wilder hasn't done nothing.
Right, because there's nobody there. He hasn't done anything because there's nobody there,
Dude, Joshua, the heavyweight Joshua.
Yeah.
I think he's still out there.
Yeah, but is that going to get a payday?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like with boxing, man, it just seems like your opportunities are limited.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So that's why most
boxers go to UFC.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you keep mentioning the payday part of things, I mean, what happened to the joy of being victorious, of beating everybody that was out there to beat? I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
The economy.
Yeah,
the economy.
We gone way past those.
The economy.
Yeah.
So that's when you can get $100,000 for a fight. Now they're giving 10, 15, 20 million for a fight.
Yeah.
But so now and that's what I'm saying. So now it's like everything is being like it's a strategy behind it.
Yeah.
So we gonna stage this stuff,
Exactly.
and your career is gonna be, you know what I mean,
Right,
manipulated a little bit, right?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So I ain't gotta fight. Cause see, that's Floyd method of when he was coming up to his spike in his career. Like, oh, I ain't gonna fight him. Because Floyd ain't unified no belts.
Well, and Floyd didn't fight Pacquiao in the prime when they should have fought.
Right.
He didn't fight De La Hoya when they should have fought.
No. And what's the other dude? Yeah, De La Hoya, but it was one more. That's Sugar Shane Mosley.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You gotta when in boxing now, you gotta orchestrate your career.
And Zab Judah, he didn't fight. Yeah.
You gotta
I thought he fought Sugar Shane.
He did, but they not at their
it wasn't at their prime.
Okay,
right.
He fought all of them. He fought La Hoya. He
fought he catching them as they
as their lead
down slope of their career.
Yeah. Like when he fought De La Hoya, I think De La Hoya was 40 something, 42
So that's what I'm saying. So for the old men, that's a payday.
Right.
It's a payday. For him, it's a zero.
It's a move up though.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the phony part. So that's what I'm saying. Like you gonna maneuver around people because you basing it on money, which I get. You still gonna get paid, but I'm like, there's somebody out there that's waiting for a shot.
Let me tell you.
That take the excitement out of boxing.
But I'm gonna tell you how real that shit is, because that was the whole concept of Rocky 3.
Yeah.
That was the whole concept. Remember Mr. T and Rocky 3 with the #1 contender.
You the only one.
But Balboa
was
ducking him
over here and remember Rocky 3.
Balboa was ducking him.
I was done.
He was ducking him though. He was ducking him. He wouldn't fight him. Wouldn't fight him.
Yeah.
And the manager said that before he died, I didn't want you to fight him because I knew this dude would kill you.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah.
So that's the metaphor of boxing right there. Yo, if you coming up, you don't fight anybody that's gonna kill you. Like if I was a heavyweight, my first 3 fights would not be against Mike Tyson.
But that's not
what
I'm a boxer.
Huh?
I'm a boxer. We can't
say you want to stay a boxer. You don't want to be comatose for like the next 5 years.
It definitely got to be a strategy.
Yeah. But then you say you a UFC guy. They in there trying to kill each other.
But UFC is a different sport. UFC concentrate on
the competitive nature out of boxing.
Well, when you fight UFC, you concentrate on the whole body. Like you can get arm barred and tap the fuck out.
I remember boxing, they were breaking their arm.
Right. In boxing, you got main focuses, your head and your body.
Yeah.
Okay. All main organs that you need to survive.
Okay. So I was thinking about that when Muhammad Ali was out there.
And look what happened.
Okay, that's the irony of the sport. You made a choice. Right. So what I'm saying is it's still gonna be money be made. But don't facilitate like, okay, you like Roy Jones. Roy Jones ain't, he didn't weave his way through until he found his adversity was in Tarver.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't make money in boxing. Like right now, answer this question. Who are the 2 top heavyweights you want to see fight, and who are the top lightweights you want to see fight?
I don't even know heavyweight.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't put fights together today.
Because the only reason why I'm saying it is because we're going back to like a little earlier conversation. It's not being put out there for us.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because back in the day, we knew who the fighters were. We knew Mike Tyson. We knew.
I'm going back, man. I'm Marvin Hagler.
Right. We knew, but you knew that. I mean, you knew that. Now in this state, right now, I couldn't tell you who are the next 2 top boxing contenders
because they're not getting that. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Because everybody's focusing on that big payday. So you don't get no advertisement. You don't get nothing until they put the fight together and say, "Here's pay-per-view. This is what y'all want. We're giving it to you."
Yeah.
So,
all
right. Speed of boxing.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So let's move on from boxing and go to Bronny James. This past week was at UFC playing basketball and went into cardiac arrest. His heart stopped at only 18 years old. So now they say he all right now. I think he stayed in the hospital probably for like about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
And so they say he good now. But like moving forward, like how would y'all feel about him like playing basketball and continuing his career?
I mean, he ain't the only athlete, you know what I mean, that collapsed or had a cardiac arrest and all that. I mean, it's starting to be a lot more that's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm from Hank Gather's, You know, I remember when Hank collapsed.
From Loyola Marymount, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, you know, Reggie Lewis?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from the medical standpoint, I'm like trying to figure it out in my mind. What is going on? Like, see, these guys got the best doctors in the world, like an irregular heartbeat or whatever, something that kind of stuff to me as an athlete should be pinpointed out, you know, early in these careers.
But early in his career, he only 18.
Yeah, but it's still strange to me. He's young.
But see, I think it's not the athlete. I think it's the push. Okay, because we all athletes. We all play sports. We're gonna want to play the sports regardless of how we feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's the push. Either LeBron pushing him too hard, his coaches is pushing too hard in practice, or there's not a medium where, you know, these guys can say, okay, time out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I call it the Michael Jordan syndrome. Kobe had it, where he always wanted to be on the court, where he always practiced. And some dudes can do that. But then when you get the people that's pushing you, expecting that takes it to a whole nother level. Because when I was playing sports, it's been many times like, yo, time out. Let me take a 15, 20, because I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you got people pushing you, especially at his level, like they trying to push him to go pro next year. Right. You know what kind of push that is, yo?
Yeah.
And so now in the back of his mind, okay, right, I got to do this.
Yeah.
But now my father's LeBron James. Now these coaches have LeBron looking at them. So now these coaches is trying to push his son to be the ultimate.
Yeah.
But the coaches really don't worry about when to stop sometimes.
But here's the thing though, and I don't disagree with you with that. But with the medical technology they have now, like, are they even paying attention to the young man's health?
But that's the problem. The medical technology is doing too much dictating. If sometimes they just listen to the athlete when they say, "Oh, I gotta take a break, I'm tired," and just let it go, sometimes you wouldn't have these problems.
And I don't disagree with that either. But what I'm saying is like, okay, like we didn't have young men collapse in summer practices,
right?
But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
True. But still, from the medical standpoint, like, where's this observation? You know, because you got to be able to pay attention to the human body. You got to. I don't care who you are. LeBron.
So that's when, like what man's saying, like if you're an athlete and a coach want to continuously push you, but then you tell him you don't have no more in the tank, and he telling you do have more in the tank, because then that's when the issue come in. And then when the line,
the line goes, well, if you ain't got no more in the tank, take a seat. Next up.
Yeah, right.
No one wants to lose their spot.
But that just reminds me of, like, recently Dwight Howard was on social media pushing his son, and his son was on a bike crying. So, like, when we play basketball, we play sports, like, if we got tired, we just stepped off the court.
Exactly.
But imagine if we wanted to step off the court and then it was an adult like that, you got another game, and you come on, man. You be like, nah, we knew so it's a lot more pressure on kids now.
And it's always been, and me personally, it's always been there. But as you know your body,
right?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. To me, I'm looking at it differently from where you looking at it. I'm looking at it from the medical standpoint. Like, what is because this is not an isolated incident.
No, athletes been collapsed.
Yeah, man.
Every time athletes collapse, or not every time, but most of the time they collapse, they are always in like a structured. Like when football players collapse, they be collapsing at practice. Basketball players be collapsing in games. But, like, when the last time y'all ever been in a pickup game and seen a dude collapse because he overexerted himself?
Right. And I haven't personally seen it. I haven't heard it. But to me, when you talking medical, to me you're talking after the fact.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Medical doesn't kick in until you say something's wrong.
Right. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about conditioning.
Right. But conditioning all comes with mentally too. You got to be. To run a mile, you got to be mentally and physically able to run that mile.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they got this, the training, and nowadays the way they do things is a little bit more, it's more technical. So they can check your heart rhythms. They can do things to see, you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. you got all that equipment to check that stuff, but the one that the ultimate has that say is you. So if I say I can't do it, but you look at the machine, well, the machine say you fine. But I'm like, yo, I'm tired. I don't get what the machine say. I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm gonna throw the other twist in there. You know, people taking stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what these guys are doing. You got the enhancement side of things.
I'm sure Bronny is taking some. It may be over the counter, but it may be something just to keep that peak level that he needs to be and practice.
To go along with what you're saying with the push,
right?
Because if you're being pushed, you know what I mean, on a higher level. Yeah, so you know he got to be taking something, and that stuff might not be reacting right.
I hope. I honestly hope though that he not taking nothing. That's why you know what I mean. Like like when we play, we just play with like our natural ability, what we can do physically and mentally. But like if they trying to gain an advantage,
with that natural ability get you.
If I do anything about caffeine, though, I'd have had me like 3 shots of coffee before I hit that basketball court.
Like in any sport, you see like even in golf, you know, like if people who take performance enhancement, you'll just see them after a while, they just start to break down. I don't care if you're playing basketball, baseball,
you remember Mr. Universe. You remember them Mr. Universe.
Them dudes breaking down. What you talking about, Ronnie Coleman?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now y'all see him.
See him now. Oh, yeah. He can barely walk. Well, actually, he can't walk.
Right.
He has 2 canes.
He walking with crutches.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and he's still lifting weights though. He'll sit down and do, you know what I mean?
And he wasn't making $20 million.
Yeah, but is it worth it though?
No, but this is what I'm saying.
But back in the day, he was making some money.
Oh yeah, he was making
some money now.
But this is what I'm saying. But okay, but look at the overall long-term effect it caused him.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt. Steroids and anything in performance enhancing in the long run is bad. Look at wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
Prime example in fake wrestling. They did look good. The dude Lex Luger. You remember how good he used to look?
Yeah.
Now he's round. He can't walk. He's in a wheelchair now because all the things he used to do. But that's what sometimes that would come with performing at a higher level. Yeah. You want to be better than the next man. And the talent wise, if y'all even, then you thinking in your mind, how can I get over that evenness? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then I just want to make it clear that like we're not saying that this kid, took something.
No.
I'm just saying that, kids, people push themselves.
Right.
Sometimes that might be the case, but
my issue is to the coaches and to the parents.
Yeah.
You want your kids to be a success. The push sometimes is the failure. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to, iterate.
Yeah, it's you
got. I mean, but like I say, I don't want to be the conspiracy, theorist of it all. but
somebody got you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, the pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
You know what I mean? Like
for who his father is and what people expect,
and what the goal, right? What the goal is,
right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's.
But then again, key is who's putting where the pressure's coming from. I've seen pressure on little league football teams where the parents is mad because the kid didn't make a tackle or the kid didn't make a throw, the kid didn't make a run. Yeah. But the kid is 8 years old.
Yeah, I was
you know what I'm saying? You cussing your kid out, but he's 8 years old. Yeah. So the pressure is coming from if put it this way, when I was playing sports, I put the pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted to go farther, I wanted to do it. I didn't have that medical staff and all that.
Lose.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't like to lose, so I put the pressure on myself to win. But it came from me, so I knew when I had to stop. Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Yeah.
Twitter followers.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still a kid. And people don't understand that sometimes. He's still a kid. Yeah. And what if he gets up tomorrow and be like, yo, this heart thing scared me. I don't want to play basketball no more. The world will have a fit.
Because they already invested into him.
Right. Yeah. Now, did you hear about Shaq's son? Yeah, Shaq's son had a medical condition and stopped playing basketball. Playing basketball. Yeah. And you don't hear about Shaq's son no more.
No.
He's still hooping, but you don't hear about him no more. Right.
Where's Shaq's son playing at now, though?
Yeah, he out of school now.
I thought he was playing in the NBA though. Wasn't
no,
no, he ain't in the NBA. That's what the plan was.
Oh,
Right. The
okay.
plan.
He
Yeah.
got hospitalized.
So
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen's son went to the Lakers. I thought. Didn't Scottie Pippen's son go to the Lakers? Because I thought Scottie Pippen's son and Shaq's son went to the Lakers.
No.
Shaq said.
I think both of them went to the Lakers. Not this past draft, but I thought last year both of them went to the Lakers.
Yeah,
Shareef O'Neal. I thought both of them. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I thought Scottie Pippen's son and Shaquille's son both went to the Lakers. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Shaq's son.
So yeah, he might.
yeah, he got drafted in 2022. Yeah, I thought the Lakers.
Oh, so it said he was in the NBA draft. So he might not have got drafted.
Or it might have been an invitation or something.
He might not have got
What
drafted.
about look up Scottie Pippen's son? I thought Scottie Pippen's son went to the Lakers that same in 2022 also. But
yeah, you don't hear nothing about Shaq's son no more.
Huh? So he's still with the Lakers. He on So yeah, I just think that adults, man, push kids so much, and then it's just crazy. They still developing mentally and physically, But and that's why I like who's the guy, Tom Thibodeau. He got one speed for his players, and he wants you to play all out. And they say he burned his players out. Tom Thibodeau. I think it's a lot of coaches that push their players.
Right.
It's easy for you to push somebody else and tell them they not tired when all you got to do is on the side with a bullhorn yelling at people,
right.
And you pushing people.
Do 2 a day.
Right, yeah.
Running full courts and
sprints and suicides and all that stuff.
That's why they say the dude from San Antonio is such a good coach. Because a lot of that stuff, they practice fundamentals.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they practice fundamentals like
Greg
Pop. Yeah, like they don't.
They do the basic,
right? They do basics.
Yeah.
They don't run full courts and all that stuff all the time. They practice defense.
Yeah,
they take time out to practice offense. They develop the players. Even if you're a star, you still go through the developmental situations that every other player goes through. Yeah. He doesn't fit their practices depending on what star.
I mean, when we get on to that part. The coaching thing is what it is. I mean, if you got the championships or whatever, then
I think like coaches who don't have championships, they be like feel like they more got to get more out of their players and they want to push them harder. But coaches who understand that like winning is about like talent anyway. So what's the use of pushing the kid if he not Tim Duncan?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna make him Tim
Duncan.
But
I think the idea of it, and from the coaching standpoint. Is I'm trying to turn you into a Tim Duncan.
You can't do that. You can't turn like Michael Jordan and ain't nobody to.
Right.
You wasn't no motivational speech that you could give. Michael Jordan was harder on himself than any coach could ever be. So you know what I mean. Like if you got talent,
to me
you can just coach them and teach them how to win.
To me, that'd be the worst way of coaching, trying to turn somebody into something that they're not.
Exactly. So you got to know if you know what I mean how to use a certain player in a certain position and put them in. But that's the most you can do. That's like a lot of people say that they don't like that guy. Who's the guy that's at the Phoenix Suns, the center for Phoenix Suns? What's his name? The big boy, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
But you know who DeAndre Ayton is as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So why try to like to change his game or make him something else?
But maybe he's lazy though.
No, well, I mean, even if he's lazy, which I don't think he's lazy, but even if you thought he was lazy, you look at his stats, he's gonna give you 15 points and 10 rebounds. And he gonna alter shots every game. So you know that if that's what you're gonna get out of him, then you know that's what you got to deal with. You try to use that to win the game.
Right.
But
that's
don't try to turn him into Patrick Ewing or Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, that's like taking Steph Curry and be like, look, I don't want you shooting more. I just want you to go drive straight to the basket and create off the dump.
Right.
Like that's not Steph Curry, He won't be good at that. It's not what he does.
I mean, you don't want to hinder their productivity.
No, but you want to play to their strengths. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. I get you.
With Chris Paul, same with any ball player. You play to their strength. They are the tool, and the coach is the carpenter. So you got to know how to use that tool. You know what I mean? When and where to use that tool. All right. So that's for Bronny James, and hopefully, I'm curious to see if he be able to come back or what the doctor.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
Too much is like she said. Too much is invested.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
Well, unfortunately.
He'll come back.
So all right. Well, now let's talk about LeBron James because they said that the Lakers are thinking about retiring his jersey.
What?
Yeah. So do y'all think now if I'm a Cleveland Cavalier fan, I think he should retire as a Cleveland Cavalier first.
Why?
My opinion. You don't think so?
He only won one championship.
But still, it's about that's his home team. That's the team. That's where you know what I mean. That championship to me, I thought meant the most in his career. That was the most in his career.
Huh?
That was their first championship in like about what 40 or 50 years, at least 50 years. I think the whole city, because the last time they won something, I think it was like Jim Brown won the championship.
Yeah, the whole city.
Yeah. So I think that was his best. You know, that's just all right. Dave Winfield, he went in a baseball Hall of Fame as a Padre, even though he played a good amount of his career with the Yankees, and I thought that was good. So what y'all think? Y'all think he should go in as a Laker?
I think he should. I mean,
real?
If he's going to go in the Hall of Fame,
well, why not the Miami go in as a Heat? How many rings did he win with the Heat?
Two.
He won 2 with the Heat
and 2 with the Lakers.
Well, one with the Lakers. So he got 4 altogether.
Right.
All right. But yeah, to me, that one he won in Cleveland, like that mean more than me than all the other ones.
I would go with the Lakers.
You're going as a Laker?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair to Cleveland fans because that means that like
he left
big money team,
he left Cleveland twice. But he left.
Still, that was his home team though. He left there because he left there because he couldn't. They have enough talent.
You go to Staples Center and look up in them rafters. You want your jersey up there. You want it up there.
Listen, Cleveland is going to retire his jersey and put his jersey in the rafters.
Yeah.
But when he goes into the Hall of Fame, he's going to go in as a Laker.
I don't even really consider him a real Laker though. Not like Kobe. Not like Magic.
But who else?
Not like Jerry West.
Hold up. But Kobe and Magic were originals.
Right, exactly.
Right.
But you got Kareem.
Right.
That went in as a Laker.
Right.
He wasn't an original.
No.
Right, yeah. But
you know what I'm saying?
But
you got.
Yeah, but all right. So, but Kareem, did Kareem win? Did he won with Milwaukee too?
He won Milwaukee.
Yeah, but I still think LeBron and other than Kareem really didn't have no allegiance. Like that wasn't his home. Milwaukee wasn't Kareem from New York.
Yeah, but Milwaukee was his first round. It was his first.
That was his first team.
Yeah,
right?
His first team.
Right.
Yeah. In the NBA.
But I think he should go in as a Cavalier, man. I think that'll make even make the story even better. But if you go in as a Laker, it just waters
you
down
hanging up in that rafter with some pretty good.
Right.
He going in. You know what I mean? As one of the best ball players anyway. Whether you go in as a Laker or you know what I mean as a
Staples Center, Mike. Staples Center.
Yeah, that just make it just seem like
because
they just purchasing ball players and just put them in the Hall of.
Well,
if everybody in the Hall of Fame is got on a Laker jersey.
I mean, it ain't their fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, I
think that they're going to retire 2 different jerseys. Yeah.
Truthfully, I think in this time of age, when you retire now, you shouldn't retire. You should retire as an individual. Mm-hmm. So when he goes into the Hall of Fame, you put the Laker jersey, you put the Cleveland jersey, you put the Heat jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I think you should go in there.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you can see the contribution that he made throughout the NBA.
Right, yeah.
Not just saying, oh, he was a great Laker, that's why he's here.
Yeah.
He was a great ball player. Because when Jordan goes into, I think they should put the Wizards jersey right next to him.
No, not that.
Bulls and Wizards. Why not?
Yeah.
He played for both teams. He contributed to both teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was his career. Now, if you do somebody like Shaq, you may need a little bit more room because towards the back of Shaq career, he was playing for everybody.
Yeah, Shaq played Orlando, LA, Cleveland, Boston.
Miami.
Miami. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was at Miami.
Yeah, he won one. Yeah. He won one in
Yeah,
Miami.
you gonna have to, but still, that's what I'm saying, the contribution to the NBA, I think, should be the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Now, if the team wants to do their jersey as an individual, that's fine. But I think an NBA player should have a contribution.
I think that the Heat retired LeBron's jersey. Didn't they do that already? I think they did already. Look that up, Jack. See if the Miami Heat retired.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Hopefully my Heat ain't do that.
You don't think?
Hopefully they didn't do that.
That was their heyday when they had LeBron and Wade
No, but Wade won before LeBron got there.
Yeah.
You got one with Shaq.
Yeah, we
The
can
last
get
one
into
was
some.
Shaq.
We can get into some Dwayne Wade. They did. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. Speaking of Dwayne Wade, I heard a conversation that about Dwayne Wade. All right. So Miami. I thought I heard something about that. Yeah, Miami they do have plans to retire his jersey once he stopped playing. So yeah. All right. So now what's the dude named Jeff Teague? I think his name Jeff Teague said that they asked him about Harden, like what do you think about James Harden? And he said he brought Dwayne Wade into it. He said that Dwayne Wade, Harden is a better basketball player than Dwayne Wade. What do y'all think about that?
When you say stuff like that, you gotta back it up.
Yeah.
That's you gotta back it up.
Now, when you look at when you look at the stats and stuff like that, their stats probably is pretty close. The only difference is those 3 championships.
Right. That's what I'm gonna say. That's where you gotta start.
Right. Yeah.
You start there first. How many championships did one person win? How many championships did the other person win?
So what's the guy? James Harden don't have no championships.
And then the crazy part about it is you can't say James Harden didn't have the same amount of talent around him that Dwayne Wade has, because James Harden had.
Yeah.
I mean, he had Westbrook around him. He had your boy Durant.
But the conversation is the 2 individuals.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying, but when you go to individuals
in a team sport, though.
Right. When you go to individuals, you get the same question as you get when you say Bron and Jordan. Well, Jordan had the better talent around him at first. That's why people say that to try to combine the two.
Are we looking at what they contribute individually?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can look at that.
It's Dwayne.
Dwayne, he played hard enough to get those 3 championships for his team. Like James Harden, he never won a ring. So I don't even know.
I don't know how you can put that even in the conversation.
What the rings?
No, I mean
them two together.
Yeah, but I mean that's and you got an NBA basketball player who said that James Harden was better than Dwayne Wade.
Oh, man, that's that bad opinion.
If you want to compare Harden's career to somebody, Harden and Westbrook.
Right.
Okay. Both of them pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
They move. They score points for their team.
Right.
Really don't play no defense.
No.
And always on somebody's top list, but you don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
And then don't show up.
Right. When you need them. Right. You need them
show up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the better comparison.
That's where you
can't put D Wade has a stellar his career. He put his team on his back to win the championship.
So yeah, I was surprised to hear another NBA basketball player say that about. Now, don't get me wrong. James Harden, he can score.
Yeah,
but that's you know what I mean. He
Mike, he don't like that's what I'm saying.
But like you say, he don't play no defense.
Yeah,
and he don't make his teammates better.
And when you need him,
it's
like
there.
It's cricket.
He scored 30 points in the regular season all year.
Yeah.
And then get to the playoffs and average 5.
Right.
So that's not helping me none.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But the paychecks be there though.
But I compare Dwayne Wade to like a Kobe.
Right.
That guy that wants to take that last shot, that guy's gonna give everything he can to make sure his team is gonna be better.
Right.
I ain't saying Dwayne Wade is better than Kobe.
Right.
But if I'm gonna compare the two, I'm gonna compare him to Kobe.
At least in the same building.
Right. I'm definitely not gonna compare him to Hardy. Let's put Dwayne Wade down and bringing Harden too far up.
I couldn't understand like another professional basketball player just having that conversation with like Dwayne Wade and that's just like I like Tracy McGrady, but I'm not gonna compare him to Kobe.
Or Vince Carter.
Or Vince Carter. Like Tracy McGrady, a bad dude, but he's not Kobe Bryant.
No.
You know what I mean? So
they got it's not comparable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not comparable.
Yeah. So I just
but the championships
that's what get them over the top.
That outweighs.
Yeah,
that separates you from even man.
Just like prime example, Karl Malone was a great power forward.
Yeah.
But you don't hear nobody talk about Karl Malone when you talking top 10 NBA players or even top 5 power forwards, though.
Yeah.
You don't hear people talk about Karl Malone like that.
Tim Duncan, you know what I mean? Like I would take Tim Duncan before I took
Karl Malone.
Right.
Yeah. You don't hear people because championships
I'll
is
take a
the
King
ultimate
Minaj
number
one.
one.
Oh yeah, Kareem Elias won.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Championships is number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You start there and then work your way down.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so what's
what
the free throw percentage then?
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's
Right?
why in some people mind LeBron can't get to Jordan
Yeah.
because Jordan just has those 6.
Yeah.
Even though LeBron has gone to more, but he
Yeah.
hasn't won more.
Right.
How many LeBron has gone to?
Shit.
I know he lost.
Was it
6.
9?
I think it's been 10.
9 or 10 he's
He
gone
got
to.
4 rings.
Yeah, and
I think he lost 6. The NBA
yeah,
finals.
finals. Yeah, I think it was like 9 of them, I think.
All right, it's either 9 or 10.
That's insane.
He been
Yeah,
a 10. Yeah,
that's
I knew he
insane.
lost
Mhm.
6 times. So Mike got 6 wins, and
Right.
this dude got 6 losses.
Right.
That's
Mike went to the championship.
Championship
Mike
6
went
times.
6 times. He's 6-0.
he's
Right.
6-0 in the
6-0.
finals.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's the controversy.
Right.
That's what everybody's trying to say.
Right.
That
To me,
well,
it ain't no controversy.
right. That's what I'm
'Cause I
saying.
mean, like, all right, so like when you say like when you talk about getting to the big dance, like what about like the Buffalo Bills went 4 times?
Right.
In a row.
Yeah,
Right.
in a row.
Right.
And how many rings Buffalo got?
No.
And don't
None.
and I like Buffalo back in them days, but when they got there, they lost. And,
And-
people now, they don't even
And
talk
they don't
about
even
Buffalo.
talk. Yeah, right. They don't even talk about that Buffalo team.
They like, and Jim Kelly was a very, very good quarterback.
Everybody on the team was good.
Yeah,
Thurman Thomas was a great-
Thomas,
matter
the
of fact,
receivers.
I think everybody from them teams went to the Hall of Fame. Pretty
Yeah.
much all their stars went
Yeah,
to the
they're all Hall
Hall
of Fame ball players.
Yeah.
But people don't bring them up like when you talk about like individuals.
Because
like
they
when you
didn't
talk
win.
about- right, exactly.
And the crazy part about it is they mentioned more about the Cowboys being a dynasty of the 90s
Oh,
than
yeah.
what they were, and they went to the Super Bowl more than the Cowboys did.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But they talk about the Cowboys being a team of the
Because the
90s.
Cowboys won.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They won.
So at the end of the day, it's about that trophy.
Yep.
About winning.
It's
Yep, about that win.
man. You can say what you want to say, think what you want to think.
Yeah.
If you ain't got them plaques and the trophy,
That's just like a dude that's a playground legend talking about
right? Yeah,
like, man, I would have tore Jordan up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crazy like
right.
that.
And that's what that is. It's just
Or
talk.
hold on, I'm going to make him mad. Somebody from the Ravens talking about, yeah, Trent Dilfer was a great quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. He was the greatest.
Trent Dilfer. I like Trent Dilfer.
No
though,
comment.
Man. Yeah. we great guy. Had to go out there.
Yeah,
Yo, I
yeah,
dig Trent Dilfer, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta come on, yo.
yeah.
Oh my God,
One
yo.
and done.
Yeah. Trent got us that ring, man.
That's
All he
it.
had to
Oh
do,
no, y'all defense got
Yeah,
all
I
that
mean,
money.
But no,
Trent
he had to make that pass he made.
All Trent had
Yeah.
to do was not, he
And
had to
do-
show up in certain spots.
Like Ray Lewis used to tell Flacco, just keep the game, control it. We got the
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
With that defense Trent Dilfer played on, I could have quarterbacked that team to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do was turn around and hand it off.
True, but he had a
And
few
win.
passes in there that he
Yeah.
made. He completed.
Yeah.
And he could have do some
Again.
turnovers.
Let me ask you a question. Who were the wide receivers on that 2000 team?
I know the Shannon
Ismail.
Sharp was on there.
Ismail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Quasi Ismail.
Exactly. Who was the running back though?
Jamal Lewis.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. All Trent Dilfer had to do.
Jamal Lewis was there.
Yeah.
That year? Super
Yeah.
Bowl in
Mhm.
2000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All he
Jamal
had,
was a bad dude.
yeah, all he had to do was turn around and hand it to that dude.
He was getting
And he was
2,000
getting,
yards.
he was getting like averaging 4 to 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, yo, he was a bruiser.
Trent Dilfer did not have to pass the ball.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, get out the way.
Get out
Had
of the
the
way.
ball.
And they had John Ogden on that offense.
Yeah.
He was blocking
And
the sun.
then look how many Shannon Sharp was the leading receiver on the team. So
Right,
that means
yeah.
all he had to do was dump it down to Shannon.
Yeah.
So, like I
It
said,
was hard to mess that money up, wasn't it?
right, that's exactly. But that's
Even
exactly.
still, he could have though.
Yeah.
They kept it where it was simple.
Yeah.
They kept it simple. Don't
because
do
they
that
had
like
they,
that.
they had no reason to mix it up.
But no,
They had
I'm
no
just saying,
reason to.
What's the a field goal kicker we had? That under
The
30.
Stover.
Yeah, man.
But no,
That was just as good as your boy now.
No. But I'm saying I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one we had that couldn't kick a field goal. Cundiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So don't say you can't screw it up.
I'm talking about the year that y'all won
I
that
know
Super
that, but
Bowl.
I'm just saying.
I caught a quarterback
Don't take
that team.
Look, Trent Dilfer.
Blindfolded. Blindfolded. Trent Dilfer. All I would have did was hand the ball off, come back to the huddle. Ray was like, good job, man. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
And I'd have been happy with that. You know what I'm saying?
But he could have still blew it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I guess you're right. He could have blew it, but dude. If he'd have thrown an interception, you know what that defense would have turned around and did? Smacked the shit out of somebody and got the ball back again.
I mean, but that's not, listen, he still had to control the offense. You got it, and it's not as easy as we think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Early in that 2000 season, though, who was the quarterback? Tony Banks, right?
No.
It was Trent Dilfer. They traded for Trent Dilfer.
Right,
they got Trent Dilfer.
Oh, all right. I thought early in that,
we didn't
2000 season, I thought we had another quarterback.
Y'all had Tony Banks before that season.
The year before.
They released him the year before and got Trent Dilfer. Remember, Trent Dilfer was on a playoff team before that.
He was.
Who?
I can't remember who Trent Dilfer.
Trent
Dilfer was on a playoff team before that.
Oh, okay. He might have.
And they thought he was like the second coming.
Yeah. I never thought. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah,
but you know, the Ravens was making bad.
Yep. Yeah, I do remember Trent Dilfer played for Tampa Bay, but I didn't know Tampa Bay was in no playoffs back in that.
Yeah, he played for the 49ers too. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer wasn't considered an average quarterback when he came out.
Yeah,
it's just that when he went to the Ravens, it was like, yo, you don't need to do nothing.
Yeah,
just don't fuck up.
All right. Since we talking about football, let's see. ESPN said that the greatest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC this year is the Ravens. Do y'all agree with that?
Nope.
You don't agree with that?
Nope. Because to me, two things about the Ravens that makes me question that statement. One is their defense stability.
Okay. Their defense?
Yeah, their defensive stability. Now, at times they can look great, and at other times that secondary will get toast.
Yeah.
So that's one thing about it. And how the offense is now going to gel with the new offense, the new players, your questionable offensive line right now.
Yeah.
That all makes me think, to me, they're not. I think they're going to do well. I don't think they're going to win a division though.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one thing. I don't think they're going to win their division.
So you don't think they're the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC? What
about still Buffalo.
I'm agree with them. I don't want to.
I appreciate ESPN saying that, but I think Cincinnati is going to be the biggest threat to the. Now I know Burrows he had like a little calf injury or bruise or something, but they say he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay. But I think Cincinnati is probably gonna be the biggest threat to Mahomes and all them boys over there in Kansas City. But I mean,
because and the only reason why I'm gonna go with man is because nothing's proven with us yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say until we actually see it, come to fruition. But our secondary was not. I don't want to say trash, but they are suspect.
Kind of suspect.
Right.
Yeah. They had a chance to get toasty every now and then.
I'm trying to figure out when will that change.
So now is our secondary for the Ravens, are they suspect, or is it just that the defensive line is not getting to the quarterback in time?
It's suspect because the Ravens had a mentality of we can take any wide receiver man on man.
Right.
Okay.
Cover two.
Yeah. And everybody know now in the NFL, you go cover two. If they're not running or play action, you're going to get toasted.
You get fried.
Yeah. And that's what happened. The Ravens played a lot of cover two. All you got to do is create separation.
Yeah. These quarterbacks they got now, if you give a wide receiver create separation, it's over.
Yeah.
So you in man coverage, right? And you can clearly see the difference between your secondary, like your DBs. The size be different, but you get them because of speed,
right?
Yeah. But that's just for covering.
And then another thing, look at the way they playing defense now. You can't hit a defenseless receiver no more.
No.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if a receiver's going up to catch the ball and I'm Ed Reed, the first thing on my mind is I'm gonna nail you. But you can't do that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't put that hit on there no more.
You basically running alongside of a dude.
Right, and just try to hope to knock the ball down. That's what it is. You want to knock. You can knock the ball down.
And you can't brush up against them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, for the pass to the first. So you basically got to allow them to catch the ball,
right,
and react.
Well, the Ravens been doing a lot of that, allowing people to catch the
ball, and that's what's been killing them.
Right.
Then they don't have that.
But then that goes back to not having the pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
So we need to be able to
pressure that quarterback.
Into making a bad pass.
That'll disrupt the timing routes of the pass play. And we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see, based on the roster we have now until season start or whatever.
But I mean, like
We
everybody
need pass rushers.
Everybody playing under the same rules though. So like,
Absolutely. But see,
but then that's when you get talent. That's when talent comes in.
Yeah.
That's when you got.
And that's why I agree with you saying even with the Cincinnati. They're pretty much together.
Yeah, their secondary is.
Their team is you know, if anything they did anything was add to something that's already
got.
Yeah, they're not a bust. They the real deal.
Yeah.
And see, that's why I didn't actually put the Jets in the conversation. Because the Jets have the 2 defensive rookies of the year and everything, but they're doing too much focusing on everything that the offense can do. My offense is better, and now they're trying to get Dalvin Cook too. So now we're gonna get even better on offense. And at that point, I think when you get to week 6, week 7, you're gonna see the downfall in that defense.
Yeah.
Okay, because that offense is just gonna be lighting it up, taking 2 minutes to score, and that defense is gonna be on the field longer,
turning it right on over.
Right.
Okay.
So when everybody know when your defense on the field a long time, it gets harder and harder.
Right.
So with that offense, it's either going to be great or it's going to be a bust.
But you still speculating that they're going to light it up.
Right, and that's what everybody's doing.
Right.
Everybody's speculating that they're going to light it up.
So it's going to be important for if the Jets want to be if they want to be successful, they're going to have a running game.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Hold that ball long.
Right, and that's why they got Dalvin. That's why they're trying to get Dalvin Cook.
Right.
Because everybody know Aaron Rodgers is a gunslinger.
Right.
Everybody know the Jets wide receivers like the rundown for. They're not doing no 5 and 7 yard hitches and stuff like that. They hitting. And when you get that, you're on the field for only 3 to 4 minutes on your offense, and then the rest is on your defense.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the longer your defense stays on the field, the tighter they get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you playing somebody man on man for 6 minutes of drive, that's a lot of running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't include the Jets in one of those teams that will be able to beat Kansas City just because of that factor.
Yeah.
But to your question, you need to ask that question again come like week 6, week 7.
Yeah.
Because then you know what the Ravens is all about. You would know what KC is going to be all about, and the rest of the AFC is going to be about. Because there's some powerhouses in the AFC. The AFC is the strongest division in football right now. Okay, so you got some powerhouses, and we can't forget about San Diego.
Right,
them boys is loading up. They just paid Burrows all that money now. He's the highest paid NFL player in the NFL now.
Oh, okay.
So they gunning up. So it's Kansas City. I don't even think Kansas City right now is, in my opinion, the favorite to go to the Super Bowl.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, who you like in the AFC then?
I like Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
AFC. I like Buffalo. If I'm a bet man, which I'm not, I'll bet on Buffalo.
Yeah.
All right. But the problem about Buffalo is going to be is you got Miami and you got the Jets. Them boys is going to beat you up now. All right. So they're going to go through the same woes that Kansas City goes through sometimes when San Diego is good and when the Raiders are good. They play them twice in the division and they keep getting beat up. Right. Same thing the Ravens go through every year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That division, that division every year beats up on each other, and whoever comes out that division is always limping sometimes because it's just so them boys play.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So, all right. I mean, I thought we had a good show, some good conversation.
Oh yeah.
Do me a favor, y'all. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Help us grow this channel. Also, I don't have my socks on. We don't have the socks on this week, but we trying to promote these 11-11 socks. Well, you got your socks. I thought you had your socks on. But make sure like the what is that at the bottom? Is that the email? I mean Instagram. That's the Instagram. Yo, go to that Instagram and hit us up. If you're interested in the socks, we'll give you a good deal on the socks and everything, So definitely support the channel. And with that being said, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in next Saturday. We'll be here Saturday at 2:00. On Sundays, we come on at 11. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next weekend.